Yeah, I want to talk about something here. It's called metallurgy. Metallurgy is your predecessor to modern science, modern physics, modern uh, techniques. You know what I'm saying? To work materials into other materials, and it's like basically blacksmithing. And in the Bible, it's stated that the Hebrews really they didn't have no. They had to learn a lot of their stuff from the other nations, which and it says that in the book of Enoch that it's the fallen angels that taught man how to perform metallurgy. I mean, it's a real tricky process. You got to create this, these clay pots. You got to get the fire just right. You got to add certain elements into the fire, into the metal. And then you got to treat the metal. Like they showed how they had the alchemists of the Middle East knew how to make chrome plating on swords, like way back. And you got to use acid and make electrical charge, all kinds of weird stuff. But anyway, I'm not sure. I'm no expert. I like to play around with metals, so I'm familiar with these terms. I don't know how to cook them. I don't know how to mold and smelt. I think it's called. I'm not 100% positive, but you know what I'm saying. Metallurgy. So the Hebrews were not the originators of metallurgy, but though listen, it's like eventually you're going to learn the technologies of the world. But the reason I'm bringing this into consideration is because uh, there's the whole are some of the Native Americans over here uh, lost Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? And that would go to show because the Indians weren't, at least up here in Michigan, my tribe was not into metalworking. Not until basically the white man came around. Up until that time, they seen the white man. They didn't know about axes and guns and doorknobs and you know what I'm saying, hinges and screws and nuts and bolts. They had to use what was available out in the wild. So they had all this other kind of earth friendly technology. You know what I'm saying? But only copper it said that they mined was for spiritual purposes. It was like spiritual ornament. You know what I'm saying, that they used it for somehow. I'm not exactly 100% positive how that worked, but supposedly there was a copper plate that they would notch it every time a generation would pass, and that's something like from the grandson to the grandfather from that lifespan. It's like, and it showed like how many generations that they were there since they got to Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And in the 1800s, they said it only went back 600 years. So I mean, that's pretty insane. You know what I'm saying? But they also have in the history though is that uh they remember the biblical flood. You know what I'm saying? So it goes from, you got the biblical flood for sure, and then the rest is obscurity. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's so crazy about it, man. But the Indians, man, they did talk about supernatural things. Like I said, man, I came to the realization that the Indians were very Enochian. You know what I'm saying? In their understanding, and even they even talked about things. It's called, listen, spirits, angels. You know what I'm saying? They talked about these things. They're called mana. They're called Manitou, or that's how it's spelled. But I'd imagine it's pronounced Manado. You know what I'm saying? And that could mean that's could mean anything that's not man. You know what I'm saying? That could mean an angel, a demon, a ghost. No, a ghost is called a GB. So a ghost and a spirit are different. A spirit is non-human. You know what I'm saying? A G-bug or a GB is a ghost of probably of someone who was murdered. You know what I'm saying? So Indians saw these things, and they said that after great atrocities at this one place, that they would hear people crying, and there was no one around. So they actually got spooked out and left this one camping site, and no one returned until foreigners came, and they didn't know the history there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's called Fort LaPointe. I think it's in Minnesota, but it's well known there's copper mines here. So I'm not. I gotta say that that if the Indians were getting channeled stuff from the Watchers, it seems like they would have these technologies that uh the other Canaanite, Tubal Cain, you know what I'm saying? The lineage of the monarchies and the Illuminati bloodline types, you know what I'm saying? They would have had their knowledge. Like the people down in South America had that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac Amaru and all these guys. You know what I'm saying? They're different stock. We're not related to these people. Just look at Geronimo. He was at the southern part, Arizona, and he was always warring with Mexico. If Indians and Mexicans are the same thing, why was Geronimo always fighting these guys? It's just I gotta bring people into remembrance on these subjects because no one speaks upon them and no one searches on them unless they're trying to search on them. You know what I'm saying? They have some kind of reason to search on it. I'm saying it's like in order to understand history, you gotta look at all these different leads, man. This is a piece of the puzzle. You can't just ignore it. You can't just deny it. You just can't turn a blind eye to it. I mean, I will not. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I know, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's requires further study. Or more research, man. More investigation. Because it's very revealing. But yeah, metallurgy. That's a it said that the captain of the Watchers, he taught man how to make breastplates and swords and all these metal ornaments. So basically that they could trick man into you know what I'm saying, destroying himself with these weaponry. So I like to uh I like to ponder on these subjects. I like the whole metallurgy. I like the whole, I like science. You know what I'm saying? I mean, science is neutral. It's what you do with it and how you use it makes it good or evil. I guess it's the heart of the man practicing it is what is good or evil. It's not the science in itself. So I don't like people who take this harsh stance against science because I mean, in all actuality, true science is just understanding our reality, what is we can see in the physical and in the non-physical. I mean, it applies there. They act like science only pertains to physical things, but there's very imperceptible in physical things that are at play, and you see them now. They're all dropping all they're revealing all this in CERN, but it's like you already knew all this stuff. We already knew it just by reading the Bible, but now you had to go through all this. You had to bring hell on earth to find out these things that we already knew were true. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, the whole uh uh Darwinist paradigm. You know what I'm saying? It's a total fraud, man. And there's a big conspiracy cover up, dude. And it's sickening that people still play around and dabble with this. It's just nonsense, dude. It's an ideology. It's not even philosophy. It's not wisdom. It's knowledge. It's false knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even true. You don't see nothing out here. You don't see no half of anything. You know what I'm saying? Dogs make dogs, cats make cats, birds make birds, fish make fish, snakes make snakes, lizards make lizards, turtles make turtles, uh, frogs make frogs. Could go on and on. Look, yeah, and man, you know, man makes man and woman, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on like something like the temperature of the room when you're conceived to make you man or woman. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not sure exactly. It's also something to do with the moon. There's different factors. You know what I'm saying? But you're still mankind. You know what I'm saying? You're still uh part of humanity. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this stuff's all it's just so it's so ingenuine, unhonest, unethical, straight. Orwell 1984 re-education. Hitler burn the books. That's what you people basically be saying, man. When you put a lie for the truth, you're like burn the books. I would never burn the books. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it's bad material, you put that stuff up so you don't let it pollute people's minds. You know what I'm saying? But you don't destroy it necessarily, because you never know. You might need to go reference some things, because God gives you the ability. You can go right on in and steal the enemy's information and expose it. You know what I'm saying? As a Christian, you must. Well, you must. I ain't gonna say must, but listen. If you know things, it would benefit the church, not you. Because hey, that's the man who lays down his life, puts his life on the line for the brethren, is a man worthy of the kingdom of God. So you should be out here uh, finding this stuff out and using it in this fight. You know, the fight, the good fight. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do here, is uh, just look at things, observe them, talk about them, spread awareness, promote ideas, promote people, promote good tricks in your bag. Not deceptive tricks, good tricks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like using a lever to move something heavy. That's not evil magicianry. That's just common sense. So you know what I'm saying? You got to distinguish between these things. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, just like science. It's the heart of the man practicing it is what makes it good or bad. Same thing with religion. If you got a corrupt heart and you're trying to make this religion and a piece of your heart, and it's your heart's black, well, your religion's gonna have blackness in it. You know what I'm saying? Your practice of your perceived religion, because I mean the Bible even says that you can have